Well, now it's time to punch some holes. We're going to put some stitch holes in this thing, but it's another nasty, cloudy day out here today. So, I got my overhead light, but I also have another light that, well, it's my wife's light that she keeps by the bed, and she keeps it clamped to a little table. It's this one here.
You're welcome.
Oh, thank you, Lisa. And I can just position that so it gives me lots of light over there. Yeah, check this out. That's without the light. Oh, yuck. And that's with the light. What that does is it fills in the shadows produced by my overhead light. So anyway, enough of that. Let's get to poking some holes in this thing. First thing I'm going to do is lay them out. I'm going to take and start at the very beginning end here. Actually, I'll start with my 2-holer. Where the holes are going to intersect from this point coming up here to this point coming in here. And that's where my stitch line is going to start. But what I'm going to do is follow that on around, and I'm not going to punch the holes yet. I'm just going to make little marks where the holes are going to go all the way around. And that's why I need light, so I can see what the heck it is I'm doing. Because it works a lot better if I can see what I'm doing. And having the second light here really helps. So you can see they're just like little dents. And I'm going to continue doing that all the way down to here, and that'll show me where my stitch lines gotta go. Well, here's a happy little coincidence. It just so happens that it fits exactly. So I can go ahead and punch my holes. Start at this end. And just, I'm going to use a 4-holer. Why not? It's a straight line down here. Make sure I've got this perpendicular to the leather. Just eyeball it in. I guess you could use a square if you got to, but usually I just look at it. And punch the holes on through. Now we have 3 cats and they usually hate this. So
Of course they do.
I gave them some catnip earlier and they're being all mellow. Anyway, I'm going to continue punching my holes. We'll be right back. Okay, now that I got all the stitch holes punched, I'm going to go ahead and cut the belt slots while I've got my punching stuff out. That's these slots here. They're going to be 1.5 inch to fit a typical gun belt. Oop, typical gun belt. Now, when I'm done with these, or actually sometimes before I use them, sometimes while I'm using them, excuse me, I go ahead and get my strop out. They call this rouge. Jeweler's rouge or something like that. But it's a very light abrasive. And I go ahead and I strop them. Just a few times per side. Keeps them sharp and ready for use. And I'll also do it on the end here to keep the sides of them smooth. Because when they make them, there's a lot of grinding marks and milling marks on them. And makes the sides of them rough. So when you do this and smooth them, they go through the leather easier. Just a few times per side. As long as you know, do it every time you use them. Sometimes I'll just pull everything out of my toolbox that needs stropping and go ahead and strop it all, sharpen it all, check it all. But right now what I'm going to do is what I already said I'm going to do. Go ahead and cut those belt slots. The way I do that is I start off with a punch, which I'm stropping, of course. A round punch. And then I connect the round punches together with my slot punch. Now the slot punch itself isn't wide enough for a gun belt. If it was just a regular single layer belt, like this thick, that would work. But a gun belt is 2 layers, so it's not wide enough for that. So what I gotta do is cut basically 2 slots side by side, 2 overlapping slots side by side, and that comes out wide enough. And when I got this thing, it was in very poor shape. It was dull, it was rough, so it's taken me a lot of work with the stone and the strop to get this thing to where it'll cut good. And that's good and sharp. In fact, I wonder if I can shape it. Anyway. So, like I said, I'm going to take my punch, put it at one end. Punch my hole on through. And then make another hole at the other end. There we go. That's where I want it. It takes a bit. And I usually have stuff falling on me while I'm doing this. Actually, let me stand up. Getting there. There we go. There we go. Like I said, I usually have stuff falling on me when I'm doing this. But there's a hole at one end. I'm going to go ahead and punch a hole at the other end. In fact, I'll go ahead and do all 4 holes. And I'll be right back. Okay. Got the holes punched. And now it's time to connect the dots. So I'll just take my oblong punch and adjust my light a little bit. To where it connects the 2 holes. By the way, my cats hate this. Well, actually, Sandy don't care. She sleeps right through it, and Nat's kind of blasé about it, but little Sarah, she complains and complains and finally leaves. Okay, we're getting there. I didn't mean to take that out. I'm going to just look at it, but it came out. So, let's continue. Okay, it's getting there. what I'd really like to do is to get a granite top for this table. Maybe go to some place that makes kitchen countertops. Because I know that'd take a lot of the bounce out. Maybe get myself a heavier dead blow hammer. Shoot. If I could swing it, maybe get a press. But it's definitely a way to take out aggressions. And burn some calories while I'm at it. Almost through. There we go. See? Got one side of the slot punched through. Then I'll go ahead and cut that that side of the slot, and then do the same thing to the other side. You can see I've actually got dye coming off on my hands. There you go. There you go. That's no biggie though, because what it is I don't have a top coat on it. I don't have any finish on it. So any dye that's not absorbed into the leather is going to come off on my hands. But after it's done and I top coat it, it won't do that anymore. So anyway, I'm going to finish cutting these slots and I'll be right back. Got the slots punched also. Now, 1.5-inch gun belt fits right in there. Now of course it's not going to be flat like this, but you know, you get the idea.
Go.
Yep. One of these days I'm going to get a granite top for this. I got my little granite block that I use for punching. Let's see how thick this thing is. It's only about 1 inch thick, maybe a little bit more. But I wonder how much they would charge to cut a hunk of granite to fit this. They being whoever I happen to find at the time. Anyway, so now I'm going to go ahead and bevel these slots. Probably got it out. And that will assist me in doing the finish work on the slots. Because you know, it's got to look good. Oh, there we go, there we go. I got it now. And I'm only going to bevel the front side of them because there's no reason to bevel the back side of them. Now I'm going to take a little bit of dye, touch up those slots, and next it's going to be time to do some stitching. We'll see you at that time.